Papers piled up against the wood. The deadline came and went for good. Tonight feels different in my head. The panic left the air instead. Now I am where you said I'd fail. This tiny victory feels so pale. Silence is all I need to be. How does that next part go? The tune is sweet and slow. I don't mind being alone. My subconscious finally took a break. Dust settles on a lucky charm. Moving these boxes takes all night. You were my very first love once. Now your face is just a faded shape. There is nothing left to escape. How does that next part go? My subconscious finally took a break. There isn't any more at stake. The melody carries me home. How does that next part go? A small crush finally died. Nothing is pushing me back inside. For once I am not grieving. This song has no memory. The notes set me free. It feels like breathing. It just doesn't feel right if you're not here. We always love the romantic parts. This isn't how the day ends. Give me a little more time. Yeah. Monday morning usually belongs to me. Then I started picking out your bread. The flour gets all over my hands. I look at the clock instead. 4 in the afternoon is too quiet. Small groups of people pass. I find myself walking a bit faster. You are always 10 steps ahead. It just doesn't feel right if you're not here. Everything seems way better with you. I can't imagine choosing alone. Don't let go of me now. Yeah. Cleaning up used to be so boring. Now I find reasons to laugh. The most basic tasks feel sweet. We share something nobody else knows. You run with such perfect form. Even the air feels a bit different. My plans all have a space for you. It just doesn't feel right if you're not here. Don't walk away from me yet. Everything is better when you're here. I stop caring what I like. I honestly only want you. Don't leave me here alone. yeah. Silver forks hit the porcelain. The clock ticks for nobody. Nobody laughs at the joke. That story ends in midair. One smile drops to pieces. The silence gets too loud. Look at me now. Two seats but one soul. Everything we had turned gray. This house feels far away. The air is mostly lonely. The evening news plays softly. Breath hitches in the throat. Answering a question never asked. The empty air gives nothing. Suddenly the act feels old. Hands shake above the water. No one hears the shaking. Look at me now. Tonight is far too quiet. I can't pretend anymore tonight. The truth is mostly alone. Look at me now. You are never coming back. The gold paint finally peeled. The feeling is mostly lonely. The sun went down. It is quiet now. Two seats but one soul. You stand where the concrete meets the track. Those lines around your mouth look new. That person I was doesn't fit here. Everything feels quiet while I wait. You look better than I thought you would. Nothing inside me is moving anymore. That old crush was just for a child. That small part of me finally gave up. 5 minutes left before you have to leave. The version of us in my head died today. We are standing on the edge of nothing. Better than I thought you would. The small part of me finally gave up. Your voice sounds like a place I don't live. The space between us won't ever close. It feels like a clean break in the dark. First love is a debt I finally paid. That face doesn't look like my home anymore. The truth is I am already gone. I don't belong in your world anymore. You look better than I thought you would. Everything we had is officially still. Those memories don't match the man I see. The silence doesn't hurt like it should. You look like you never knew me at all. The train is pulling in now. You look so happy without me. That is all I need to know. That casual hello felt like a trap. Your friendly wave made my skin crawl. Running away seemed like the only plan. Wednesday evening glows while I hide. Velocity of fear. The projector beam shows every shuddering breath. I'm the only person in the 14th row. Hoping the film hides how much I'm shaking. Being seen by you is much worse. Stranger eyes are safer than yours. Knowing my name is a dangerous thing. That casual hello felt like a trap. 17-year-old me had it all figured out. She thought every storm had a simple cure. That first love version would hate me now. Velocity of fear, the projector beam shows every shuddering breath. I'm the only person in the 14th row, hoping the film hides how much I'm shaking. Corners are covering the frantic rhythm. The calm just won't come back tonight. Weak current, water floods the valleys while the music plays. You look like you have something left to prove. I scan the guess and look right through your face. The storm is the only thing that's moved. Yeah, heavy static hangs between the long tables. Your hand reaches out then pulls back fast. One text started this fire 3 years ago. Tonight you move just like I used to. Every sharp turn you take is a rhythm I invented. The air is thick enough to swallow the music. You try to own the air but it resists. Your movements are just a practiced habit. I stayed unique while you stayed behind. The atmosphere shifts when I cross the tiles. You can't steal the weight I carry. Last spring you left for a brand new city. Now you stand there wearing my specific pride. That confidence is a suit that doesn't fit. The way you stand looks forced and heavy. Looking at you now feels like an old chore. My nails press crescents into my own skin. Seeing this effort proves that I am gone. Weak current, water floods the valleys while the music plays. You look like you have something left to prove. I scan the guess and look right through your face. The storm is the only thing that's moved. Weak current, weak current, water floods the valleys while the music plays. Heavy static hangs between the long tables. White tubes hum above, strange angles hit your face. Everything feels cold and wide. Distance makes a person lean. Static drowns the late air. Tires spin on wet black top. 4 a.m. arrives too fast. Hands tremble on the wheel. A different life. I thought I could summarize everything I missed. My lungs feel tight, like I've run for several miles. I should've just stayed home and left it alone. Time fades, the edges here. Your boots click on tiles. Yesterday comes rushing back. Rain hits the metal hard. Wind carries your old laugh. Those 10 summers meant nothing. Nothing changed for me tonight. A different life. I thought I could summarize everything I missed. different life. I thought I could summarize everything I missed. My lungs feel tight, like I've run for several miles. I should have just stayed home and left it alone. A different life. I thought I could summarize everything I missed. Vanishing at 4. The lawn turns gray beneath my boots. I'm standing where the driveway meets the road, but nobody is looking for the truth. Yeah. Cold air hits my face. This morning everything felt heavy. Handshake while holding plates. Small talk sounds like static. Relatives ask about my job. Laughter breaks out near the back. That old feeling returns fast. People stop looking my way. Yeah. Quiet moves through the crowd. You would've saved me. I stand here completely alone, rubbing my temple in circles. Yeah. Pressure builds behind my eyes. Forced smiles start to hurt. Every clock feels too slow. He left when I was 8. Now he wants the truth, but we have nothing left. Vanishing at 4. The lawn turns gray beneath my boots. I'm standing where the driveway meets the road, but nobody is looking for the truth. Breathing is finally easy. Cold air hits my face. This morning everything felt heavy. Handshake while holding plates. Yeah. The heavy leather strap digs into my neck. This looks like a clean break, waiting for a reason to let go. The driveway looks longer than before. Neither of us moves an inch. Fate isn't doing the work today. You don't have to hear this. I kept the explanation for myself. We could pretend it never happened. The air feels thick and gray. Maybe we meet again in years. Yeah, everything looks different in your eyes now. The person I was feels like a ghost. The semester starts in 3 days. I already turned the latch. This feels like a reunion with the street. One thumb grazes your denim coat. I pull my arm back fast. You don't have to hear this. The script in my head went blank. We are both standing perfectly still. This is where the story ends. There is nothing left to defend. Maybe we were meant to burn out. I realized I don't need you to understand. I won't see you again. Walking toward the idling car. The silence means what it always meant. good night for the last time. The heavy gate swings shut. A gold glow hits the hill. Silence finally speaks the truth. My chest moves too fast. The cold air tastes sharp. Without recourse, I put my phone in the glove box and put both hands back on the wheel. The heavy gate swings shut. 10 years ago felt safe. Older hands guided every step. Reality burns in the lungs. Adulthood arrives in this chill. No one follows me now. That distant engine sound fades. Without recourse, I put my phone in the glove box and put both hands back on the wheel. A gold glow hits the hill. Without recourse, I put my phone in the glove box. Silence finally speaks the truth. 10 years ago felt safe. Without recourse, older hands guided every step. Reality burns in the lungs. Yeah, that old jacket looks different now. The phone vibrated twice in my hand. One text sat drafted for 3 hours. Fate doesn't usually play this fair. Small talk feels like a mountain. Our eyes met and everything slowed. Walking closer feels like losing ground. I almost called out the name I used to know. The air in my chest stopped. You passed by without a word. The sidewalk goes on forever tonight. Everything is staying exactly the same. Yeah. Those stories about people you know are new. Someone else makes you laugh that way. 10 years went by in a blink. A reunion shouldn't feel this cold. Two strangers are pretending to be fine. That sudden sound caught in my throat. Your presence is a heavy weight. I almost called out the name I used to know. Your lock jingles just like before. The distance between us grew larger. Tonight we are just two ghosts. My fingers are still shaking now. Out the name I used to know. I realized I don't know you. The truth is I am terrified. Another chance just slipped away quietly. That face is a map I lost. Maybe it was better this way. The air in my chest stopped. You passed by without a word. That eye contact lasted a second too long. The way you lean in feels like a threat. Suddenly my pose is hitting a frantic rhythm. A nervous energy starts taking over. Late night honesty is getting hard to hide. These hands won't stop, they're trembling. Insomnia makes every small detail feel heavy. Dawn is coming to end this fragile piece. How do you make everything look so new? Your enthusiasm makes my cynicism feel like a lie. This sudden urge to protect your joy is terrifying. The world looks different when you speak. Cynical thoughts used to be my only armor. You describe a simple plan with such fire. A coldness in me is finally starting to melt. The role I play feels heavier than ever today. One sharp word from years ago just surfaced. That old sting came back without any warning. Replaying your laugh helps me push it away. The sun will be up in an hour or two. How do you make everything look so new? The way you see things is the only fix. Nothing else feels as honest as this moment. Your belief is the only thing I trust right now. Tonight changed the way I look at the dark. How do you make everything look so new? The weight of my own life feels lighter near you. Your enthusiasm makes my cynicism feel like a lie. The sudden urge to protect your joy is terrifying. 3 a.m. felt better than the day ever could. Everything is about to start all over again. The world looks different when you speak. That thumb tap on your thigh looks just like mine. You tilt your chin exactly how I used to do. Tonight we are both stuck in this electric blue. My hand almost moved to send that risky text. We both know the damage one simple click brings. I held my breath until the urge finally passed. Secondhand grit. You copy the rhythm but miss the pulse. Your unique style is just my old ghost. An icon made of things you stole. That irreplaceable spark belongs to me. Yeah. 3 years went by while you hated my edges. Now you smooth them out to wear as a suit. This performance is a cheap copy of my life. You want the shine without the heavy cost. Thunder rolls while you mimic my specific laugh. Every guest thinks you are charming and bold. Nobody sees the stitches holding your act together. Tonight you are a highlight reel of my past. Secondhand grit, that fire in eyes is borrowed coal. I am the icon you try to be. You found the rhythm but lost the pulse. Nothing you do is ever really yours. 'cause it's truly irreplaceable. This storm is louder than your stolen pride. I don't have to rehearse being myself. You are just a collection of my leftovers. Purple hills turn black, long grass bends low. These boots know the path, that hike felt like forever. Hands reach out for nothing, you might grasp the air. Nobody pulls away this time, tonight looks calm and kind. Cold snap coming, the wind picks up across the yard. I zip my jacket to the chin. Purple hills turn black. Reality hits the frozen earth. The empty spot stayed open. This skin feels thick enough. I survived the heavy frost. My heart found a balance. Cold snap coming, the wind picks up across the yard. I zip my jacket to the chin. Long grass bends low. Cold snap coming, the wind picks up across the yard. I zip my jacket to the chin. These boots know the path. Cold snap coming, the wind picks up across the yard. These boxes line the curb. People sort through our years. The morning sun feels new. They pay for what's left. That lady wants a deal, waiting for my nod now. Trading for change. Waking up felt quite simple. Healing happens without your name. I am finally getting stronger. Recovery looks like this sidewalk. The mail carrier walks past. A hand wave means hello. Life moves while I stand. Another envelope arrives today. The routine never truly broke. Trading for change. Waking up felt quite simple. Healing happens without your name. I am finally getting stronger. Recovery looks like this sidewalk. Trading for change. Answering without any shaking hands. This old story carries no weight. The truth is just facts. The background hum feels quiet. One person lives inside here. I am whole. again today. Different North Stars. I pull my jacket tight against the morning humidity. You look like you haven't slept in a couple days. The birds are just starting to wake up in the trees. My chest is tight and beating fast. The gray sky hangs over the pavement. We stop where the path begins to curve. You look exactly like my oldest memory. This time it feels like a strange reunion. Fate brought us to this quiet spot. Birds start to call from the trees. Different North Stars. I pull my jacket tight against the morning humidity. You look like you haven't slept in a couple days. The birds are just starting to wake up in the trees. The rhythm of your voice sounds so familiar. Some words don't mean the same thing now. Every sentence needs a new translation. We are talking but we aren't connected. A sudden joke makes us both laugh. The tension breaks for just a second. A heavy silence follows the sound. The gap between us grew too wide. Different North Stars. I pull my jacket tight against the morning humidity. You look like you haven't slept in a couple days. The birds are just starting to wake up in the trees. Different North Stars. I pull my jacket tight against the morning humidity. My chest is tight and beating fast. That old heavy sound just finally quit. The turnstile clicks as I pass through. 14 minutes went by in a flash. My pulse isn't racing for the first time. You aren't the first thing I think of. 2 weeks ago I couldn't even breathe. The announcements above sound like a song. Everything feels a little lighter this afternoon. It's actually pretty quiet in my head today. The self-love comes naturally for once. This confidence is a brand new suit. I didn't reach for my voice at all. The morning didn't even hurt. The static used to be so loud. Now the tracks are just steel and iron. I think I finally like my own voice. It's actually pretty quiet in my head today. Usually I'd be shaking in the seat. Those old worries aren't following me home. I feel okay being by myself. The 40-minute ride went so fast. It's actually pretty quiet in my head today. I stopped looking for your face. There's a real peace in the air. The weight just isn't there anymore. I didn't reach for my voice once. The noise is just a hum now. I am doing fine on my own. It stayed quiet all the way home. Walking past the row of cans, the blue labels look so bright today. Everything feels sweet and slow now. Success fits better than those old coats. That romantic glow is finally mine. You said this would never happen. I'm picking what I want this time. Nothing on these shelves belongs to you. Choosing for myself feels like a win. This change happened while you weren't looking. We match our steps near the checkout line. This life turned out exactly how I planned. Nothing on these shelves belongs to you. Soft edges make the day feel new. Wearing this win like a gold medal. Someone told me I'd be nothing. I'm picking what I want this time. This change happened while you weren't looking. Every choice I make belongs to me. Life is better when you're not around. This time my soul is finally home now. Nobody can tell me who to be. This feeling is better than any dream. I don't miss you anymore. The bill is paid in full. Walking out into the rain. Strumming through the opening chords tonight. Those old notes don't hurt anymore. Tonight at 11:30 I finally win. Standing center stage after a long road. This self-love was worth the heavy load. Confidence carries every word I say. Simple unused colors. Those people at the table are just drinking their drinks. I'm not hiding inside the melody this time. Strumming through the opening chords tonight. Yeah. The high harmony used to be yours. Now it's just a gap I don't fill. You walked away through those closing doors. Your side of the story went cold. The phone never rings with your call. Taken back. My voice is a plus. Simple unused colors. Those people at the table are just drinking their drinks. I'm not hiding inside the melody this time. Those old notes don't hurt anymore. The last unread text is finally gone. The past is away instead of a lid. Faint clapping ends the long set. Peace is the best thing yet. That name is on fire. Black plastic vibrates on the wood. A palm starts to sweat. The air feels way too thin. Breath hitches in my throat. 3 months went by so fast. Thumb hovers above the green icon. How are you doing these days? This call is a wandering ghost. Everything familiar turned into smoke. My own voice sounds like luck. The noise outside is much louder. Yeah, that blue tint fills the dark. Each ring feels like a bite. You used to call every Tuesday, now I'm lost in the silence. Identity slips through my grip. The shaking won't let me move. Nothing feels like home tonight. How are you doing these days? A stranger wrote this life down. That old feeling is almost gone. I forgot how to speak back. Our past is a blurry mess. How are you doing these days? I still remember your habit. You tuck that hair behind your ear. I never learned how to stop. The buzzing finally went dead. This story is already over. I have no words left. You sit there like nothing changed. Your ring finger looks a bit different. I count the lines across your palm. The suit costs more than my rent. The city is sweet this time of day. It feels like a romantic joke. It took me a second to breathe. Your air is still completely full. The ice cubes melted into water. I wanna tell you I'm okay. That blue silk dress fits you perfect. Everybody said I would never make it. Success is a very quiet sound. I know you love that lemon snack, the one in the yellow bag. Your air is still completely full. It took me a second to breathe. You look exactly like the old days. I finally have what I wanted. It makes my chest feel so tight. So take me a second to breathe. It took me a second to breathe. You see me and you smile. The past just ripped in half. I can't even swallow my drink. It is good to see you. Yeah, that woman offers a hand. She calls me a professional. Smiling back feels very strange. person looks like me. Everyone claps for the winner. They see the gold tie. Nobody knows about the doubt. Success is a heavy suit. New hire, panic. I nod when the manager says my middle name wrong. I check the clock to see if it's been 5 minutes. Then practice saying hello to the monitor. Yeah. Last summer had a shape. Blue records made me happy. That version is a ghost. This identity is too tight. Old hobbies are just noises. Everything feels lost and far. That girl stayed at home. I am a different name. New hire, panic. I nod when the manager says my middle name wrong. I check the clock to see if it's been 5 minutes. Then practice saying hello to the monitor. Maybe there is no fraud. I am just saying goodbye. Change is a funeral song. Mourning takes a lot out. New hire, panic. I nod when the manager says my middle name wrong. Yeah. The brick wall feels closer than before. Shoes scuff against the gray pavement stones. Your shoulder brushes mine in the crowd. Everything else moves at double the speed. Walking slow feels like a secret. Our corners stretch out on the path. This tempo makes the world stand still. Take the long way, filtering out the sirens in the tires. Only focusing on the low vibration of your talk and the quickening pace of your own desires. City noise sinks into the background. You explain that old movie you love. The pitch of your words goes higher. Small details fill up the quiet spaces. Weight pulls me toward your side. Happiness shouldn't be this easy to hear. Seconds are turning into something more. Take the long way, filtering out the sirens and the tires. Only focusing on the low vibration of your talk and the quickening pace of your own desires. Take the long way, filtering out the sirens and the tires. Only focusing on the low vibration of your talk and the quickening pace of your own desires. Take the long way. That brick wall feels closer than before. Shoes scuff against the gray pavement stones. Yeah. Voices blend into a hum. Words arrive without a meaning. Sunlight hits the white pavement. Everyone looks like a stranger, acting the part. I stare at the plastic ID in my palm, while tourists press past me toward the train like I'm some statue they didn't notice. Green blaze brushed my knees. 7 was a simple age. Small birds sang in rhythm. Truth was easy to read. Acting the part, I stare at the plastic ID in my palm, while tourists press past me toward the train like I'm some statue they didn't notice. We grew into different people. Now they wouldn't know us. Time changed the entire view. Acting the part, I stare at the plastic ID in my palm, while tourists press past me toward the train like I'm some statue they didn't notice. Standing still to see clearly. Everything makes sense now. Final piece in the fade. Beyond the distance, and pull out the names of the kids we used to be. The silence doesn't feel as sharp as I expected. I think I finally know what I want to tell you. The weight went out tonight, a wick burns in the dark. My hand shakes near the phone, maybe fate will play along. 11 years, stay too quiet, I almost sent that text. Silence was a better plan. We stood in the queue, head down near the register. You remembered our old name, that secret still tastes real. Small voices from the playground, better than this grocery talk. The gray skies start shifting. We both grew up alone. Beyond the distance, and pull out the names of the kids we used to be. The silence doesn't feel as sharp as I expected. I think I finally know what I want to tell you. Beyond the distance, the weight went out tonight. A wick burns in the dark. You stand taller than before. That old slouch is gone. One message brought you here. We face this cold dawn. This reunion feels like fate. Your coat looks too new. Gray in history. The transformer blew and took the street lights out. You sit across from me on that wooden crate. I try to tell a joke we used to love, but you just stare at your shoes in the dark. The primary school line fails. I tried the old joke. You look at me blankly, a foreign tongue between us. The punchline misses the mark. No one laughs this time. We lost the secret code. 10 years went by fast. Gray in history. The transformer blew joke we used to love, but you just stare at your shoes in the dark. Transformer blew and took the street lights out. You sit across from me on that wooden crate. I try to tell a joke we used to love, but you just stare at your shoes in the dark. You exist in my head. The sun finds someone else. I am talking to